in the sense that Israel is Gaza's best friend. The Jeff Corporation, by which we mean Reagan, Obama, Penis J. Sinfield, Roger Waters, the Krokag Regusta Kronberg, Clinton, Martin Sheen, Schwarzenegger, the woman's glee club around David Jeffen and Netanyahu, offered me, sort of, by implication, a way out of being isolated and proven, they like to say, the hate object that Yoko Ono took me for. Role fulfillment. They said that I could embrace the man who tortured me, be forgiven, be burned alive, and thusly appeal to martyrdom in the kingdom of the axis of resistance to Hitler Reagan, upon whom they all bestow the roses of fellowship, having done what they demand I do, which is lick boot. The script said, I'm so bummed out. I introduced the girl I like to my best friend, and now they're going out. Roger Waters and Alan Parsons played theater of the mind by cuckolding me with the woman who I loved, and then transferred my opportunities to Midori, who celebrated the man Casper who tortured me. And they did this, Carnegie Mellon University Drama Club hypnography with Ming-Na Wen and Oliver Stone, whilst detonating a thunder and lightning storm like 911, which was their doing. I have proven that so many times. You just go to Double Illusion blog, WordPress.com, and you can see the proof. But they even the gods of protesters turn it off. We don't want to know. So what gives is historic. You see, aside from Yoko Ono poaching a naval son for revenge of the Axis and getting the Black Panthers to go, we'll get a nuclear bomb and blow up the mountain. If the white has a normal career, the white must never have a normal career. I mean, they're really frenetic about it in Seattle. They despise the claim that they were tricked. So it's very historic. What really happened was, if you look at UW Tacoma, you'll find Clint Eastwood's America and Sergei Eisenstein's Immoral Memories filed side by side on the bookshelf. Okay, this is significant because the Trumpy tune Putinese alliance behind the scenes. Putin says the Kremlin is a little group of people who discuss things and then he goes out and represents them. Well, this inner sanctum style, the leapfrog oligarchs behind the scenes, ripping everybody off for military hardware and committing genocide, loves a genocide without explanation. So they have all the girls from China applauding Yoko Ono because she represents the spirit of Lenin. So they have all this sign language and symbolatry. And Lenin lives forever. He is love. Oh. And if you don't embrace love of Casper, they use the symbol Casper for Hitler and Lenin, forgiveness of Jesus. And they impaled Pittsburgh Public Schools with this idea using Peter Gabriel's biological contamination curves, which he spells out in The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. And they put Bowie in The Elephant Man to get everybody all gaslit with the concepts that they wanted them to be meditating on when they released the AIDS um, um, civilizing agent to cleanse, so that everybody could applaud John Lennon's love. Well, Sergei Eisenstein was a friend of Walt Disney who helped promote Adolf Hitler. I wouldn't be surprised if he was the brains behind the promotion of Adolf Hitler. You know, the Donald Duck swastika salutes. And they were meeting with D.W. Griffith and Mussolini. In those days, that was with the era of the great dictators got off the ground with a man named D'Annunzio, who mentored both D.W. Griffith. This is a fact of history. You could see them in the marquees of the movies, you know, in celluloids of the silver screen. D'Annunzio, D.W. Griffith, and his acolyte Freddie Luigi introduced D.W. Griffith to Mussolini. These were the Italian futurists. Now, I've done a number of tapes that describe how I discovered what they'd done by the neo-Nazi symbolism in Hitler Reagan's films that were made by the men who created the Burning Cross for the KKK at the turn of the century in Hollywood. So the symbolism of KKK, pro-KKK, pro-Nazism in Reagan's films came from the same apparatus as the great dictators of Mussolini. And I showed that they created an idea. It had never been done before. The marvels of cinema. They created the idea of taking over with a fantasy, telling a story to people through news media that was not true, that served their purposes for this inner sanctum they called a fourth dimensional dictatorship, which they used named Casper and Lazarus and the Spirit Foundation. And Lenin, on cue, took his exit. There's no way that the whole script, the whole super story encryption in international cinema, the whole idea from the Italian futures, the whole sweep of the arc of colors, the items of semiotics would have depended on him just happening to decide he'd go out that night. He was in on it. He was scripted and role played. And the British get a free genocide because everybody claps for Yoko Ono, who proved the queer ball was exactly what Donald Toon said he was. He would lust for an ordinary relationship with a wholesome girl from America or China or any other wholesome girl with whom he fell in love. He would lust for an ordinary working relationship and a career. And that must be destroyed because he's the white